Joining us here at the Wasatch Brew Pub, Sundance Film Festival, are a couple of guys who have a movie in the Sundance Film Festival, which we've also been associated with for many years.
We're old friends, yes.
Yeah, old friends of the Sundance Film Festival. The movie is called The Dirties. And we have with us the director, Matt Johnson, and a member of the cast, Owen Williams. Now, without having seen the movie, I just looked down at program notes and stuff that you guys have provided us. And it says here, a lot of films claim to be an authentic portrayal of the high school experience. The Breakfast Club, The Virgin Suicides, Bring It On, etc. That's pretty proud company right there.
Yeah.
You guys think you've got it really nailed with The Dirties, right?
Well, we shot it a little differently than those movies. Owen and I literally joined a high school as students and shot it inside of a high school. So this movie it wasn't shot the way most films are. Yeah,
okay.
we're from Canada, so we had a really good deal with a school that's sort of in the suburbs.
It's a Canadian high school?
A Canadian high school, a private school, and they let us literally join as students, and we were able to shoot with other kids not even knowing that we were in a movie.
Now, the school knew that you were...
They knew everything. Yeah,
they knew
totally
what was up, and they said, "Go ahead."
Yeah, our producer Jared Rabb was an ex-student there, and they were very accommodating. It was actually unbelievable. And the second day, we couldn't believe we were doing this. We would be in a class with a camera shooting us through a window, with us wearing wireless lav microphones, and doing scenes with other students who had no idea that we were making a movie.
So we couldn't necessarily call it a documentary?
It's not a documentary because Owen and I knew what we were doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going through the lines and the plot and everything the way that we're supposed to. It's just that the milieu around us, because we're bullied and everything in the movie, right? And that's sort of...
You're bullies?
No, we are bullied.
We're bullied. The movie is about the consequences of bullying, and so the thing to do was to dress up as huge losers and act really awkward in the schools, and really, hopefully...
And I can see you guys doing that, right? You're just sitting down.
That's right.
Am I bullying them? I'm sorry.
We can
This is
handle
exactly
it.
what we want. Hopefully someone's filming this.
You were supposed to say, that must have been very difficult for us.
Now, this is a fascinating idea.
It's a great idea.
So you actually started getting bullied by people at the school.
In some situations, it was very interesting because we actually were older than a lot of these kids, but we were acting like real neophyte.
Yeah, and you guys could
students.
pass. You could pass as high school.
Yeah, very easy. It's harder to pass. I'm actually a high school teacher.
Are you really?
Yeah, he teaches English.
So very interesting for me was sitting in these classes in my, making the movie and having kids give sideways glances and want to push me down the hall and that sort of thing. Being aware of what I guess the students in my class deal with.
You should have given them detention.
I guess the other thing that kind of shocks me is to find out that there's bullying in Canada.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were way too polite for that kind of stuff.
Well, students in Canada just try to pretend to be like Americans.
Yeah.
It's like anywhere in the world. So it's only when you get older.
So we are a bad
that we turn nice.
That you become nice.
You become pussies instead of...
Yeah, literally. Well, it's because when you're young, you're trying to be as powerful as you possibly can. And so, bullying is the language of people who are trying to find their place.
Now, so this is pretty interesting to me from the standpoint, too, of you get this movie all done, and there are people... were there other actors involved, or just you two?
No, there were a few, actually. There was a girl named Krista Madison who plays Owen's love interest, and she was planted as well. She came to the school with us. And then there were a few bullies that we wanted to do bigger scenes with, and we hired them. Those are all people sort of out of high school. But everybody else, I'd say there's probably about 40 or 50 speaking roles, and 7 of them are people that we planned. It's just amazing.
And how then, when the movie is all done, and I assume that there are kids acting like total turds.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you get them to sign off on this going, yeah, that's me being a jerk?
We tell them they're going to be in a movie.
Yeah, people love being in movies. Yeah, it's the same as radio.
I get it. Yeah.
You just say, hey, guess what? You get to be in a movie. And they were like, oh, my God, that's the best. Oh, thank you.
Well, you remember there was that documentary that was made, The Bully, is what it was called.
Great film.
And everyone said the same thing. Is how do you get I'm in a movie? Great, awesome. Put me in.
They stopped asking questions after that.
It's just fascinating. And it's called The Dirties because that's
the name that these two guys give the bullies in their school, because the cool thing is they're making a movie about these bullies. And they just call them that. It's sort of a coping mechanism. You sort of name it to tame it, I think.
You're in the Sundance Film Festival. Have you had a showing yet here?
Not yet. Our world premiere is Saturday night at 10:30.
Yeah. You've shown it in Canada?
We did a cast and crew screening, and it was just a few days after the Newtown attacks, and it was, and we were worried that it was going to be really quite touchy, and it was one of the most like sublime, unbelievable experience. We had all of our friends and the whole cast, and everybody was like, people stayed around for 3 or 4 hours just to talk about the film because it deals with those issues.
Yeah, to clarify, right? These kids are bullied heavily and then start to think about how to get back at the bullies, essentially. Like without specifics, you can imagine if we're worried about Newtown and the implications.
Yeah.
These kids get pretty radical in what they're planning to do and thinking about doing. But the idea, though, is that they've been bullied so harshly, and we're really on their side, and we've seen this real school environment, and so we get an understanding of why they would take that approach. But
pretty fascinating. Right. And I can tell by the way you guys are talking, you're very pleased with it.
Oh yeah, we're really happy. It was a labor of love for about a year and a half.
Is this your first festival experience?
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever made a feature film, so we're just sort of fresh out of film school.
Well, welcome to Park City.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to be here. Are you guys all over at Treasure Mountain still with Slamdance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Treasure Mountain Inn, and that's where a lot of the most of the showings are.
That's where they all are. It's a cool place to hang out, too, because they got big lounges and some big hotels.
Yeah,
awesome.
we have done our show over there a bunch of times over the years. And listen, you guys, best of luck with this. It's a great idea.
Thank you.
The next time you can see this actually is on the 24th at 3:30 at the Treasure Mountain Inn.
Matt Johnson, the director and one of the players in The Dirties, Owen Williams, a high school teacher in Canada, and now that I look at you, I kind of, you look pretty young, but now I look at you and go, oh yeah, it's Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams?
That's right. But we had a dress-down day at school. It's a private school. We had a dress-down day, and another fellow colleague who knows me mistook me for a student, so I can definitely pull it off.
Do you guys have a website or something where people can go and find out more?
TheDirtiesTheMovie.com.
TheDirtiesTheMovie.com. Where people can find out more about it. Best of luck with it. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks very much.
Dude.
Thanks for having
It's
us
great
on.
to be here.